Today we are going to discuss the Wheatley coat of arms. But before we get started, we wanted to let you know that we offer genealogy research service at our website. Please visit us at coadb.com. First coat of arms to discuss is blazoned Argent on a chief gules, three garbs of the first. Belonged to the Wheatley family of Castle-Bromwich in County Leicestershire, England. Granted in 1356 to John Wheatley Esq of Castle-Bromwich, who had son William Wheatley, who gained additional favors from King Henry IV and had daughter Thomasine Wheatley, who married John Dannor. Per fess, azure, and or a pale counterchanged, 3 lions passant reguardant of the first, crest, 2 arms embowed, vested azure, holding between the hands a proper garb or. For Wheatley of Echingfield in County Sussex, England, there was William Wheatley Esq of Itchingfield, and there was Richard Wheatley of Itchingfield, and a John Wheatley, who died in the year 1699. Another coat of arms, per fess, azure, and erminois, a pale counterchanged, 3 lions rampant guardant of the second, crests out of a mural crown or, 2 arms embowed, vested azure, holding between the hands proper a garb also or, and filed with a ducal coronet azure. This was the coat of arms and crest of Major General Sir Henry Wheatley of Erith in County Kent, born in 1777, keeper of the Privy Purse, 3rd son of William Wheatley Esq of Lesney House, a lieutenant colonel in the 1st Regiment of Foot Guards, who in turn was son of William Wheatley, born 1707. There was also William Owen Wheatley, who died in 1833, lieutenant in the Royal Navy, lord of the manor of Leslie, and son of General Wheatley, as well as Captain Morton John Wheatley Esq of Girlsit Park in County Denbigh, Wales, born 1837, the eldest son of Thomas Randall Wheatley of Guersiltall. Sable 2 hands issuing from the base, Argent holding a human heart gules, for Robert Wheatley of Toneby in County Cumberland, who lived in the 15th century. Sable a chevron ermine between 3 pairs of men's hands, cooped at the wrist, holding as many human hearts gules, crest on a rook, a fire beacon all proper. Now this one wasn't able to find who it was granted to, but I do have 2 possibilities listed, including Wheatley of Woolley, who descended from Thomas Wheatley, who died in 1419, from whom descended Richard Wheatley of Woolley, who died in 1574, and from him descended Captain Michael Wheatley of Woolley, as well as Thomas and Francis Wheatley of Wakefield. Also, Wheatley of Whitecross and Emly descended from Richard Wheatley, who had grandson Captain Thomas Wheatley. Again, possibilities. Argent a bend, sable between 2 bears rampant of the second, muzzled, lined, and ringed or, crest a leopard's head, erased, guardant or, flames of fire issuing from the ears and mouth, proper, collared, lined, and ringed azure. For Wheatley of Fakenham and South Creek in County Norfolk, England, William Wheatley, who died in 1565, was chief proto-notary of the Court of Common Pleas. There was also Anthony Wheatley Esq, who had a daughter Mariel, who died in 1636, and there was a Robert Wheatley of Fakenham, alive in the year 1541. Gules a lion rampant Argent, on a chief or 3 mullet sable, crest a stag's head caboose proper, for Wheatley or Whatley from Frome, Somerset. Sir Nathaniel Wheatley, born 1571, attended Magdalen College at Oxford and was knighted in 1610. Said to have lived at Woodcroft Manor, the son of John Wheatley, who was son of Captain John Wheatley, who was son of Thomas, son of Richard Wheatley. He was later born by Colonel Sir Joseph Whatley, born 1765, groom of the bedchamber to King George and King William, who was the son of Edward Wheatley Esq, who was mayor of the city of Bristol in the year 1768. Azure, lion, rampant, argent, armed, and legued gules, on a chief of the second, 3 roses of the third, barbed and seated proper. Bore Wheatley of Henley in County Warwickshire. Richard Wheatley Esq of Henley had daughter Mary, who married Nathaniel Drinkwater, who died in 1653 and was an alderman and mayor of Dublin, Ireland. Sable and Argent, a fess gules, 2 crosses batey in the second quarter and 1 in the third of the first, for Thomas Wheatley of Hopton, who died in 1849. He had son Edward Balm Wheatley, born 1819, who owned Coatwall in Hopton, Yorkshire, as well as Highclose and Loughrig in County Westmoreland, England. Here we see Coatwall, as well as Highclose. Sable, a lion, rampant, bendy, argent, and gules. This was found in the second quarter of the coat of arms of Clement Whitfield of Westfield in Sussex. Born in Tenterden, Kent in the year 1548, the eldest son of John Whitfield and Elizabeth Stacey, along with the arms of Whitfield and Giles. So there was some member of this family had married into the Wheatley family, I assume. I wasn't able to quite ascertain who it was. Quarterly, Sable and Argent, a fess gules, between in the first and fourth quarters a rose of the second, and in the second and third a cross batey of the third, crest on a wreath of the colors. In front of a cross batey gules a martlet argent. For the Wheatley family of Berkswell Hall, Joshua Hurt Wheatley, Esquire of Berkswell Hall, was a justice of the peace and a major in the 2nd West Yorkshire Yeomanry, born 1853, and had son Charles Joshua Hurst Wheatley, born 1888, a major in the Warwickshire Yeomanry. And here we see the family estate of Berkswell Hall. Gules, a chevron between 3 pigeons or a border of the first. This one wasn't stated who it belonged to. I do have a note there. It was a Thomas Wheatley, a politician and author, eldest son of Thomas Wheatley, but I don't think that's it. This looks older than the 18th century. A chevron engrailed between 3 castles. Here we assumed the tinctures or colors because they weren't listed. Same for the next slide. And this was the arms or seal of John D. Wheatley of Warwickshire, alive in the year 1357. Here we see 3 ears of wheat slipped, 2 and 2. It should be 2 and 1. And it belonged to William D. Wheatley of Durham, alive in the year 1312. And if you enjoyed this video, please visit us at coadb.com, where we offer genealogy research service, high-resolution digital JPEGs, and heraldic merchandise such as t-shirts, posters, mugs, and canvas prints. Like and subscribe, link in the description. Thank you very much.